Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi Tron on the draw for game one. Is this Energy? I haven't played against Energy in a while. Could be Zoo. Energy, Zoo, Arid Mesa. What else plays Arid Mesa? Could be Restorm. Vaccine Bobble, K Command Dismember. I think I'm gonna go K Command. Play Lab. Imprint Devourer. And hope for another 7 mana value spell or a Temple. We should have around 13 hits off top for the K Command. Arid Mesa Fetch. Steam Vent Shock. Bolt. Blue. Oh, this is Phoenix Dredge, right? This has to be that. There's no other explanation for Otherworldly Gaze. It has to be Dredge. And if I had to bet, it's the Phoenix version. Ooh. Yep, there's the Conflagrate. Yep, kind of wish I kept that Soul Guide Lantern now. Damn. Alright. Only have K Command next turn for what it's worth. The question is whether or not it will be enough. But definitely looking like Dredge at the very least, if not Phoenix Dredge. Scouting Tarn Fetch. Stomping Grounds, blue, red, FOMO? Art? Yes, that makes sense. Yes, okay, that resolves. Draw. Temple. Hold K Command. Otherworldly Gaze before draw? Nope. Blue. Red. Another one. Okay. Golgari Thug. Stinkweed Imp. I guess I can't respond to them pitching Golgari Thug, can I? Because it says you may discard a card if you do draw cards. There's no instance where I can then get rid of Thug with K Command. Interesting. Do I K Command or just hold? I think I have to just hold here, right? Yeah. Draw. Dust. Dust is looking mighty fine. I will tuck Dust with Ugin's Lab. And then we'll hold. Because now we can K Command X equals 4. And then cast Dust next turn, theoretically. Dredge. Double Lava Dart in Yard. And Life in the Loam, Jesus. Alright. We haven't seen a Phoenix yet, though. How does this card read? Discard X cards. 2. End step. I think I just still hold the K Command right now. Play the Flesh Raker. Dismember. Play Z-Mine. Cast the Fleshy Rake. And if they want to Lava Dart it, they can Lava Dart it. Pass. Life Malone will Dredge. Otherworldly Gaze, flashback, trigger 1. Stinkweed Imp. Okay. There's a Phoenix in Yard. Okay. We can exile 2 Phoenix here. Stinkweed Imp. Another Phoenix and a Creeping Chill. Yes. Is that 2 Phoenix or just 1? That's just 1. Okay. There's 2 in Yard right now. So we can K-Command both of them is the idea here. It's unlikely they're playing Consign main, but definitely in the side for sure. So we're likely not to get just straight up Alpha Striked. Okay. Red. Red. Cathartic Reunion. Discard a card, draw 3. So we're going to go for the Artist Talent triggers. There's another Phoenix. So at the very least, they'll likely get 2. Creeping Chill down to 14. Yes. Discard a card if you do draw a card. Stinkweed Imp. Dredge. There's another Phoenix. So I think that's all 4 Phoenix now, right? So like I said, I can get rid of 2. Creeping Chill. Down to 11. How many lava darts do they have right now? I think 3. Another Creeping Chill. Down to 8. Ah, shit. Am I just dead? Because I can only get rid of 2. Should I have just not played the Flesh Raker? I didn't expect them to go through that much of their deck. Dart 1. Yeah, I'm dead to darts and phoenixes. Shit. Yeah, I shouldn't have played the Flesh Rake. I should have just held. Because now they'll be able to get 4 phoenixes. Yeah. Down to 6. And then 4 Phoenix triggers, right? We can exile 2, but then we die to the other 2. Unless what? Okay. What's my out here then? Do I have an out? We can exile 2. I can't dismember. I'd go down to 2. And that'd still hit me. We can K command exile 2. We take 6, then what? We have 1 left over. No, I don't have anything. Yeah, I should have held up more mana. Alright, we'll concede. So this is Dredge. Lost for game 1. We'll want Grafdigger's Cage. We'll want the Soul Guides. Vaccine Bubbles do hit the Lava Darts, admittedly. Chalice is relevant. Abstergo is definitely relevant. I don't think they play Blood Moon. I don't know, though. Dredge is a bit of a weird one. Let's take a look if I can find Arclight Phoenix. Stinkweed. Imp. Alright. So, let's see here. In modern format. Dredge. This is not the list I'm looking at. Damn. Grixis aggro, question mark? No, not that one either. Alright, I'm going to assume that they're not running Blood Moon effects, so I can cut a swamp, gemstone, swamp, do we bring in flutes? I don't think flutes matter here. No. Stone Brain? I guess flutes maybe for consign. They could be holding up consigns, yeah? This members kind of feel bad. Me run it back like this? Yeah, okay. Run it back like this. On the play for game 2. I will keep. Soul Guide is a very solid start. Because I'll need to deal with that first off and foremost. Yeah, moments like this is where open deck list would have made a difference in game one. Would have seen it was Dredge and went, oh yeah, we're just taking the Soul Guide Lantern and just pass Drago the entire time. Reveal Devourer, trigger. Second Flesh Rake, mine. We'll take the mine. In that case, I'll play the Power Plant, play Soul Guide, and pass. And hold on off chance it's relevant. And pass. And draw. And lab. Imprint for Flesh Rake. Fetch. Do you have Consign the Memory? Steam Vent Shot Consign? No. Okay. Blue. Gaze. Gaze resolves. There's a Phoenix in Yard. I guess their best bet is basically force me to go after a subpar number of Phoenixes with a Soul Guide. Artist Talent resolves. And draw. E-Temp. Play E-Temp. Go to combat. Swing for 2. And pass and just hold. Bloodstained Mire. Blue. Otherworldly Gaze. Red. Yep. Gaze triggers. Pitching Imp. Draw a card. Pick up Imp. Creeping Chill. The Stabilize. A second Phoenix. Oh, Void Mirror. Alright, so that's good to know. Then flashback. Another Creeping Shell to stabilize. Red. Dart. Target. Yes, that will resolve. And then do you flash it back? You do. In response, I'll let the trigger go first with the lava dart still in the stack. And I will ramp Scry Draw. And done. Trigger. Trigger. Resolve. There's mine, map, TKS. We don't need the mine. I would like the TKS map, though. So we'll go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can devour the artist talent. Yes. 4, 5, 6, 7, then map. In that case, maybe I don't care about TKS as much. Bottom TKS, top map, triggers. That will resolve. Phoenix, exile your yard. And pass. Draw. So there is Devourer to hand. Cast Devourer. Get rid of the artist talent. Yield to all. Play the mine. Play the map. We have Tron next turn. We'll pass. And pass. Otherworldly Gaze. On upkeep before draw. Makes sense. And go to main. Bloodstained Mire. 2 in hand. We draw to a K command. I'll crack the map for a tower. We'll hold up the K command for obvious reasons. Tower. And go to combat. Could also always go for Abstergo if needed, but the K command solves that issue. Down to 8. I'll surveil again on... I guess I can surveil now, actually, before upkeep. Makes sense. Blood Crypt tapped. I guess they maybe don't have a blue source? Potentially. Hold the K command. Paying cost for what? Cathartic Reunion. Discard 2. Creeping Chill. Creeping Chill will drain. Yep. What is this? Gemstone. And we'll just hold. We'll draw. Mind Stone. I'll play Mine. Play the Mind Stone. I think I'll crack the Mind Stone, draw a card. Map. Map does not do much here. We'll go to combat. Swing for 6. Down to 4. We have K command at the ready. Alright, 19 cards left in deck. We have not seen the last 2 Phoenix. And pass. 3 Lava Darts. So we're at a theoretical 8 right now. Blue. Just casting a Stinkweed Dip. If they go to end step, we exile it, and that should be the game. End step. K command. Scry, draw, exile. Exile, imp. And done. Bottom. What do you even want to do here? Yeah, I'm just gonna skip it up. I mean, we can just play Sarah's 7 Deaths, Karn, and that should lock it up. Alright. Let's go to game 3. We'll want Gemstone Caverns back in and cut the Chalice. Run it back. Yeah, Chalice, to be fair, doesn't even do too horribly much in this matchup. It does some, but very little. On the draw for game 3. What say you, opponent? Turn 1 Grafdigger's Cage is looking mighty fine. I will keep. I will pass. So they need to deal with Cage. Draw. Karn. I will play the mine. I will cast a Cage. I will pass. What can you do about a Cage, friend? We also have Abstergo at the ready. Otherworldly Gaze. Yep. So you can deal me 12. I guess they're kind of going for, what? Conflagrate at that point? I suppose. Like, what's the end goal? I guess they can hardcast Phoenixes, admittedly. That is also an option. Void Mirror. You know what? Abstergo's looking really nice right now. Abstergo's looking really nice right now. We'll need 5 mana to cast Karn. So we have Abstergo. We can play the lab, tuck the dust, or we can play the power plant over a tower. We're not playing anything next turn regardless. I guess we can play... I think playing the lab is actually correct. So playing the lab, not revealing we have the Abstergo yet. We can't K-command, that's fine. We'll pass. This also means that they can... I mean, they already can't cast things like... whatchamacallit? They already can't cast things like Lava Dart, so from yard, so it's fine. Draw. Abstergo. Alright, there's Abstergo. So now we can filter. Abstergo really has outperformed already. It really has. Artist Talent. Artist Talent's fine. So I could K-command here. Is there a benefit to doing so? We can K-command for 1. We can cast Karn next turn, but then can't really play much else after. That's kind of okay. Yes, because 1, 2, 3, 4, filter. Yes. We draw. Power plant. So we're going to generate, let's just say white. Cast Karn. And opponent scoops it up. Abstergo for the win. Good stuff. All right, we'll be back for match number 2. All right, we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. We're looking for either a 7-mana value spell or a soul land. Affinity? Eek. All right. Mishra's Bauble. That's 3. No blue source though. Claws a Gig. So this is weapons manufacturer version. Noted. I don't have any blue sources, so they can't Kappa yet. Bauble, trigger, draw, land, or 7-mana value. Karn. Yikes. Lab. Do we cast the Soul Guide, or do I cast the Map and Pray? I'm thinking we cast the Soul Guide as a redraw here. We'll pass. And pass. Yeah, I think a redraw is necessary just in case. So now we're looking for Temple. Temple would be good. Another Pinnacle Emissary. Saga trigger. Drum trigger. 1, 2, 3. Bauble. Do you have a Kappa to finish it off? Bomb. Bomb's fine. Alright, so they're really just trying to beat me down with drones right now. If we can get the Karn on board, we can stabilize, but this Saga is going to become an issue soon. Warp, draw, land. Yeesh. Draw a card. Temple. Bit late to the party. Do we want to redraw or a map? I'm thinking we want a map. We'll pass. What do I want now? Off the top. TKS feels bad into the Aether Spell Bomb. Crypt is fine. They have a pretty big construct coming up though, so I think we need to go Flesh Rake as a blocker. Land? Mindstone, Jesus. That's 5. So, okay. Oh, hold on. No, they... Oh, they should have kept the drone back, shouldn't they? Because now they don't have enough mana to make a construct. Thank God for that noise. Doesn't even matter, though. If they have boots, they'd still need to equip boots. They'd still need a land. So, how do I want to proceed here? I think Flesh Rake. Either Flesh Rake or map. You crack map. I think I have to go Flesh Rake. Yeah. Well, at the same time, Spellbomb can just bounce it, so that's a pretty big feels bad. So maybe we just go... If we crack map, I can't play Mind Stone. If I crack map, what do we even grab? And we're just hoping to draw into a land. So maybe go Mind Stone. Mind Stone, Vex, not Vexing Bubble, Soul Guy Lantern as a redraw? Yeah, I suppose. At the same time, we miss our land drop for all intent and purpose, which isn't great. Passing. Spellbomb, draw card. Okay, so Spellbomb's offline, which is nice. I need a land for Karn is what I need. Opal. Okay. Thoughtcast, draw 2. Memnite's fine. You still have Kappa mana, but you pass. I'll take 5 down to 8. We're not dead yet. Memnite, 2 in hand. Now we need to worry about a Metallic Rebuke, though. Tower. Okay, so we have Karn. Lethal is not on board. They're one off of Lethal. So what can we do here? We could cast Flesh Rake. I mean, TCast can clear the way, sure, but then what? We'd still need 6 mana for Karn into Filigree Silex. I am starting to wonder if maybe EE is better than Filigree Silex, just for the fact that you can cast on the same turn. So if Karn resolves, you know that they don't have counter magic. Whereas if you give Filigree Silex and don't have the mana, then you can't guarantee its resolution the following turn. Yeah, I guess maybe I do want to change that later. But how do we want to proceed here? Flashraker can block a Memnite, but we're still dead in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast Karn. I guess if Flashraker resolves. Okay. We're basically just hoping Flashraker resolves. Does it resolve? Metallic Rebuke. Yep. Yield to all. I cannot prevent it. So my thought process is now that next turn, or on end step, we'll crack the map, and I think I need to grab a lab. Lab is the only card that would allow me to play Karn into Filigree Silex. So we can clear the board. So we'll take the 7 down to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. End step. Crack the map for a lab. We have 4. I need 6. Lab. Draw into a 7-minute value spell. As Abstergo. That is not that. We can redraw off of Soul Guy. Does that do anything? No, right? We redraw. We're left with 4, 6. We're short 1 for, let's say, a Sire. We'll concede. Alright. Let's go to sideboard. Yeah, a bit of a rough start. I just didn't see the cards I wanted to see. So we want Chalice, Vexing Valve. We can cut the Soul Guides though. And they sometimes play Blood Moons. We want to keep the Swamp. We can cut the Gemstone. So we can bring in 2 Flute and what else? Maybe I do want to cut down to 2 Flute and keep both Chalice and EE. Or not Chalice, Filigree Silex and EE. I'd like to bring in something like that right now. We could bring in Ballista, I suppose. It's okay. Otherwise, we can bring in Brain. I guess I'll bring in Brain. Otherwise, I'd normally bring in EE, so I think I want to bring EE back. That is Tron, so we will keep... I'm down to 6. Down to 5. So far, this looks promising. Reveal Devourer triggers for Stonebrain. Use a map. E pass. And pass. So I'm going to go Flesh Rake Brain, activate name Kappa, question mark. Scouting turn, fetch, 17. Emissary, Opal. Use an Opal. Opal's online. Bauble. 1 short of Kappa. Shadow Spear. Kappa mana not available. Alright, we'll draw. Bauble target me. Seize the Brain. Cast. I guess we can just play the Brain now, actually. Pass and pass. Saga. Do you have a Kappa? Unfortunate. Well, that makes things complicated. Draw. Tower. We can't exile it yet. Oh god damn, if I would have held the Brain and played the Flesh Raker Brain, we could have exiled it next turn. Flesh Raker. We can Brain now target you for what? Let's take a look at an affinity list real quick. Affinity. What are we worried about? Consign the memory? Consign the memory wouldn't be a bad idea. Blood Moon, consign. Yeah, probably correct. Consign to memory. 1, 2, 3. Oh, interesting. Did they cut all their metallic rebukes? It looks like it, right? Okay. So no metallic rebukes, which means no hard counters short of sync. That's not bad. They do have Blood Moon though, notably. Okay, can sign out. And pass. Still wish I maybe held that Brain. I was thinking like, okay, we can play the Flesh Raker Brain, get a spawn. I was like, well, we can just play the Brain now and then have more mana to spend for something else. And then, of course, we didn't draw on anything of relevance. Saga. They make a construct. It's going to be chonky. Springleaf Drum, trigger Kappa. That's 9 down to 10. If I can't do anything this turn, I lose, don't I? Yeah. So I need something like Karn. Draw. Bauble's not it. Cast Bauble. Trigger. Always yield. Always yield. Draw with Bobble. No matter what, Kappa's unblockable. They have 3 drones in the air. I currently have access to 9 mana, which isn't enough for me to exile a Kappa. Yeah, by me not going Flesh Rate cast the Stonebrain after, we're 1 mana short of exiling the Kappa. That's so unfortunate. Well, concede. Alright. So, lesson learned, I guess, hold. We should have held. Well, we'll be back for match number 3. Alright, we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. Our opponent's likely on energy. I can keep this hand since we have K command. And so we can go Temple, Bobble. Bobble won't be as impactful if they are in fact on energy, but you never know. At the very least, it is a 1 mana redraw later. And then we can hold up K command the following turn. If we land an early Sire, we should just win. Reveal Devourer, trigger. TKS Karn Flesh Rake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thinking maybe Flesh Rake. Karn could be relevant. TKS is okay. Flesh Rake is easy to kill for energy, so I think I might go for Thought Knot here. At the same time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we go for mine, but I think I'll go for Thought Knot. Temple. Bobble. Pass. And pass. Hollowed Fountain. Could be energy. It is Prismatic Ending. Huh. Alright, starting to think it's not energy, friends. I will tuck Devourer. Nope. Not for 1. For 2, please. TKS? Let's see what we're up against. Do you have a Subtlety? Okay. Goodbye, White Orchid Phantom. I will pass. You can Solitude if you want. And pass. I guess that's why they Prismatic Ending it, because they want that Solitude up. Starfield Shepherd. Marshflat's Fetch. Starfield. And then what else? I mean, I imagine maybe Guide of Souls, question mark? So this is, looks like that Azorius energy build, which is far more annoying than normal energy build, to be honest, because it can run main deck consigns and Solitudes, whatnot, kind of play like a Blink energy hybrid. I wonder if I need to start considering this more Blink than energy, to be honest. One's thinking hard here. What do you want to grab? Grab's Guide. Makes sense to me. 1 unknown card. Solitude pitches Guide. Interesting. I'll draw a card. 2 unknowns. Shepherd, Warps, and draw. Tease a mine. Play. What's an exile? Play Power Plant. Old K command. Witch Blast Bolt. 3 in hand and passing. A little bit concerned about the blue untapped and 3 unknown. We'll just hold then. Tease a map. I do like the map. I will play the map. That gets me Tron. We'll hold. Isophalia. In response, I'm going to ramp exile. Yes. And done. Goodbye, Felio. And hold the map. Going to end step. Did they miss their land drop? Seems that they did. I'll crack the map. For a tower. Draw. Sire 7 deaths. And hold. Sire lands. Passing. Solitude pitches Sanctifier Envect. Or Envec, rather. Yield to all, not much I can do about that. Down to 7, Ephem, really now. That will be sacrificed, and I'll pass. 0 cards in hand, Ephem, rebound. Down to 28, up to 23, return Devour to hand, 1 card in hand. We draw. Flash Rake. So we'll cast the Flash Rake. Cast Devourer, triggers. Always yield. Ephem. Yeah, that's pretty annoying that you drew into that. Yield to all. Flesh Rake down. We'll pass. Ephem. Ephem Solitude. Target Devourer. Not much I can do about that. We're up to 36 life now. Alright, top decking time. We will draw. He's a tower. I don't need to reveal that I have a tower. We'll pass. No attacks. We'll block and sack. Well, no longer doing that, am I? I will pass and full at that point. Because you'll just Felia, flicker. I guess I should hold. Represent that I could have something. Felia, flicker, spawn, sack, spawn, response, pass and full. Down to 31, up to 16. Tapped and draw. Ugin. Ugin's fantastic. Cast Ugin. Ugin exile Felia. Goodbye, Felia. Draw a card. Always yield. That's not what I want to see. I will pass. And pass. Attack Ugin. Down to 6 loyalty. Up to 19. Paying cost for an Ocelot Pride. Ocelot Pride triggers and draw. Isati Chaos. I'll draw a card. Mind Stone. I'll cast the Mind Stone. Trigger. Target Solitude. But I'll scoop it up. Alright, so this is indeed energy. Win for game 1. Let's move to game 2. How do we want to proceed here. So, Soul Guide Lantern doesn't seem as relevant. I don't think they play any moon effects, or even any, I guess they play land hate. So I actually need to keep the swamp, yeah? We need Dismember. Chalice isn't as good on the draw. Walking Ballista's relevant. And then maybe 2 Flute. Vaccine Bubble's relevant for Solitude, potentially Force. At the very least, Solitude. Yeah, this seems good. Let's run it back. On the draw for game 2. We can keep it. And pass. I don't want to sequence this though. We have to assume that they have a White Orchid Phantom on 2. So do we play the Mine and then the Temple or the Ugin's Lab? Play the Mine. I'll play the Mine and pass. I guess maybe playing the Lab would have been better actually. Yeah. Because then we can always get the value back. But then again, then we have 4 mana on 3. Because if we can get to Karn and Torpor Orb, we're in a pretty good position. Play the Temple. I'm assuming this is Ophelia. I'll play the Flesh Rake and pass. Yeah, I'm assuming this is Ophelia into a White Orchid, would be my guess. And that would actually be pretty backbreaking. Arid Mesa fetch. Yep. That's unfortunate. Yes, for a swamp. Then Felia will flicker White Orchid. We have to block. Yep. I have no choice but to block here. And no. And draw. Power plant. We could K command. And we'll hold for the K command. And hold. Attack down to 18. Another one. Targets. Targets, Temple, float 2. Fail to find. And K command. Ramp Scry Draw. Try and keep us in the game a bit. Do you have a consign? You do. We'll pass. I'll draw. Play the power plant and pass. I mean, I guess maybe there is an argument to have kept the Flesh Raker, but having that Felia stick on board would have been trouble, I don't know. Taking for a turn. Not in a good spot. Karn would divert their attention. Down to 14, paying cost Soul Guide. 3 in hand. We'll draw. Paying cost Orange Chant or Ephem. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, opponent seems to just have the nuts. I can't exactly do much here. We'll float. Fail to find. Which means I can't even really play a land because they're just going to rebound. We'll pass. And pass. Take 5 down to 9. Lethal's not on board yet. Keywords. There's Abstergo. I'll play the power plant and hold. And hold. The problem now is that we're going to go on the 4, which means these white Orchid Phantoms are lethal. So even if I block the Ida Souls, it doesn't matter. Which means even if I play the TKS, we're still dead. If I play the Karn, we're still dead. We'll concede. Let's go to sideboard. Alright. I will cut the Gemstone Caverns for the Chalice and run it back. On the play for game 3. I'll keep... I think I might have to flute for White Orchid as soon as I can, basically. Probably play the power plant first. Flute White Orchid. Delays them by 3 unless they can counter the flute. Of course they can always Felia bounce it too, which might be a good reason for Temple. We play it 1 turn ahead. Yeah, I think we have to play the Temple on the off chance we draw into another soul land, which means I'll pass and pass. So I want a soul land here so we can play the flute, name White Orchid. That way if they play the Felia the following turn, we can K command it. Map. Alright, we'll cast flute. Name White Orchid Phantom. I guess if we find another land, we can also K command the Felia. So we need a land here. Times like this, having 2 flutes in the side is nice. Maybe just swap Filigree Silex with EE and call it a day. 2 Shepherd. Shepherd finds Guide of Souls. Ocelot Pride. Draw. There's the mine. So in that case, I'm going to play the map and pass. So now we have Tron next turn. They tap their blue source, we're in business. Ocelot Pride, Guide of Souls, Ocelot Pride, yep. They still have a blue source up for consign is the problem. The fact they're even thinking about holding up 2 sources tells me they definitely have consign. Marsh Flats fetch. Okay. For plains. Interesting. Still holding up a blue source. Never mind. Like I said, I don't care about you having Tron friend. I will grab Tower. Always yield. Yield to all. Always yield. Yield to all. We draw. So, how do we want to proceed here? We have Tron, we have K command, we have Karn. Would love to get to the point of having Torpor Orb. If we go Ugin, we can then generate 4, right? We can then go Karn, but then not much else. We need to get the Ocelot Prides off board as well as the Guide of Souls. We need at least 3 casts. So start with Ugin. Ugin will target Guide of Souls. That will always yield. We can then Ugin 0. So right now we have 4. We can go Karn, but then not much else after. So I'm thinking we go Mindstone question mark? No, I think we go Karn still. Guess we could go K command X3. Karn for what, though? We want to get rid of all three. We need a 0 mana value spell. Let's start with the Mind Stone, then. Mind Stone, Exile, Pride. I'm going to draw a card with the Mind Stone, I think. In that case, K command. I'll scry draw exile. I'll exile cat, scry draw, then exile pride. Another K command, solid. We'll pass. Witch Blessed. Okay, so flute's off, but we have a Karn for another flute or for Torpor Orb, so that's fine. I think we're solid. Yep, opponent scoops it up. GG's. Yeah, because at that point we go Karn into Torpor Orb. We can exile both their creatures. We can hold up K command. We have Sire next turn. We're in a solid position. All right, thank you, Flute. We'll be back for match number 4. All right, we're back for match 4 on the draw for game 1. We'll be keeping this hand. Didn't realize my opponent hadn't locked their hand in yet, let alone chosen. I guess they chose to go first. They are going to mulligan down to 6. I mean, if it is, I'm thinking with a name like McFishy, I'm thinking this Merfolk. So having Dismember in hand feels good. Though getting this map flared does feel bad if that does happen. Commercial District. I feel lied to. What is this? Could be E-Ramp. It's E-Ramp. Okay. So we need to get some bodies on board ASAP. But Stergo actually pretty good here. Stergo is pretty good. Temple. Rumble. It's Talisman. So if they have a soul land, they can kick is the problem. Ugh. Alright, let's hope that they can't kick a Myco. Or even have a Myco, because they have Ghost Quarter, then we're in trouble. Land. Oh, damn it. Talisman. Oh, thank God. So they probably have a K command then. Fetch. Mine. Play the mine. What do we do here? Assuming they have a K command for X equals 2. I think Karn is the best bet because it cuts them off of 2 mana, right? That would be correct in my opinion. So we can go Karn. Karn Liquid Metal Coating I think is correct here because then we can cut them off of green as well. Minus Karn. Yes. For Liquid Metal Coating. Cuts them off of green. And then passing, upkeep, target, pass. Next turn we can cut you off of green entirely. Lab is fine. You have 6 mana for a K command if you really want. We draw another power plant. So let's start with... You could go 7. I think we start with Thought Not Seer, force their hand here. Yeah, Thought Not Seer, see if you have a K command. If a K returns Sire, we take the Sire. Goodbye, Sire. In that case, Liquid Metal Coating, target Lab? Yeah, probably target the Lab here. Well, no, I don't really want you having green. I think maybe target the District, actually. Yeah, we'll target the District, plus Karn, and then hold Dismember, pass, and pass. I think short of a K command, this should be GG's. Draw. Coding target lab. Because Because they have a K command, now they have a choice to return this or to float to K command. Yep, so that is fine. Because now we can do one of two things. I think I grab my Extinguisher Battleship. It does draw a card off a TKS, but I think it's still correct. One top, three bottom. We will... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 left over. So we could go 7, 2, 4, 7. No, not enough. So in that case, yeah, we'll just minus card. We'll draw a card, unfortunately, but c'est la vie. Extinguisher Battleship. And I will play Z-Mine. And Battleship. Battleship will get rid of the lab. And you'll draw a card for what it's worth, so for your troubles, and pass. And pass. Draw. Once again, we'll go liquid metal coating. Opponent's gonna scoop it up. Solid stuff. Alright, let's go sideboard. What do we want here? Definitely want Flute. We want Soul Guide. Vexing Bubble, not as much. We're on the draw, so Chalice, not as much. Ghost Quarter. Swamp is relevant. Upstairs goes relevant. Dismember's is relevant because of Ice Till. So I think that might be fine. We could cut a Dust for something like a Leveler. It is a way to deal with Emrakul. Yes. I do like that idea. Either that or going Stonebrain. Stonebrain's another option, I suppose. Guess, yeah, let's grab Stonebrain then run it back. I will keep reveal. Looking for a Saga. Or not a Saga, Urza land. For a Sprawl. Sprawl for a green or for red? For green. So they are playing Ice Till then. That's what that tells me. We whiff hard. So I think we go Temple. Yep, we'll go Temple. Play Temple. Play Map. And pass. This way we can go Temple, hold up K command. They have a Lab, Imprint, Ice Till, Ghost Quarter. That'd probably be the worst case scenario. I mean, even Myco Spawn Ghost Quarter would be pretty bad. Paying cost for Rumble. Yes, a Rumble. There's the Ice Tills. Imagine you take an Ice Till unless you need a land. Chooses Ice Till. Okay. Stomach Grounds. Shocking. For another Rumble. For Talisman. Okay. I will draw. Tis an Ugin. Oh, I'll play the Temple, hold the K command. They can play the Ice Till, then 2 lands. Tis Ice Till. Ice Till resolves. No Dismember. Camera Souls trigger the mill. So at the very least, it doesn't look like they have Ghost Quarter. Mill. Yep. Going to end step. K command, ramp, scry draw. And done. Bottom, 4 in hand. TKS is tempting, but I think getting rid of the Ice Tail might be better. They have nothing in yard. You could go the TKS, hold up some mana. And I'll top the TKS. And draw. What are they thinking here? I guess you could K command a spawn, keeping off a 7. That is an option. Yep, K command. They will ramp. Alright. Do I want to crack the expedition map for a soul land? It is tempting. It would be mana neutral. Let's do that. Crack the map. I'll grab another temple or a lab. Tempted to go lab, but I feel like that will be the first to get hit is the problem. I guess we could tuck the Devourer. We're kind of angling more for Ugin if I can help it. I'll grab the lab. Draw lab anyways. Tuck the Devourer, cast the Mind Stone, and then cast TKS. What you got in hand, friend? Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, Jesus Christ. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I kind of have to take the Emrakul, don't I? Alright. Take the Emrakul. Emrakul out. They have the Myco spawn. Cast Myco spawn, going for Ghost Quarter. Ugh. Yeah, not great. Because now they get to strip 3 of my lands. That is problematic. Mill, Stomping Ground. Land down. Yes, for Swamp. Oh, a second one. Fantastic. Oh no, not a second one. What was that? They played the second one, I see. They should have probably held that in the grand scheme. We'll fail to find. Yeah, they should have kept that on the board, right? Flute. Flute, I mean what? If you name Karn, then that's a GG's, I think. Yeah, I really needed a Tormod script there. Oh, okay, they hadn't played another land yet. Damn. Yeah, keeping that on... As I was trying to say, keeping that on board was correct. That way I couldn't go Soul Guide, for example, or K Command. Alright, so I need either Flute, Soul Guide, K Command here. Draw. That's not that. Playing lands here is kind of futile then, isn't it? Alright, let's go to combat. Swing for 4. On the 14, we'll pass. And we're not dead yet. Now we really need Flute or Soul Guide. Want this World Break? Feels like a World Breaker. It's the Mind Stone. Yup. I'm in danger. Another Flute to yard. Rumble. Probably picks up the Cyrus 7 death. Yep. Aww. Down to 15. Hey, look at that, it's Tron. Yeah, I think I can see it at this point. I'm gonna be so far behind on board that it's not, I don't think it's recoverable. Alright, let's cut the gemstone for what? Chalice? Like, we could chalice for 1, chalice for 2, it's kind of relevant-ish. We already have the Stone Brain, don't we? I guess keep the Allah's Dust, yeah. Okay. On the play for game 3, I will keep. Let's hope this fast enough. Reveal, triggers. There's this member. I'm thinking that is correct for Ice Still later. Mine, map, pass, and pass. Lab imprint, Emrakul, talisman is a talisman. And now we have to hope that they don't have a Myco spawn. Passing. Land fetch 19. You have a Myco spawn into a Ghost Quarter. Shock and Isamiko spawn. That's an Ice Still. Ice Still's fine. Triggers. That's fine. Emerald Yard. Because they can't do anything about my board state right now. Power plant. We draw. Ugin. So, how do you want to proceed here? We could Karn into, let's say, Ghost Quarter. We could also TKS into Dismember. We can Ugin Exile. But then we can't really do much after Ugin. The benefit, though, of course, is we then can generate 3 mana a turn. I'm thinking we Dismember Thought-Knot. Let's go Thought-Knot here. Thought-Knot Seer. Resolves, what do we see? Second Ice Still is not great, but taking out the Myco Spawn is perfect. I think they should have played the Myco Spawn for Ghost Quarter. I'm surprised they didn't. I think they played incorrectly then. No point in Dismembering right now. I'll do so after they crack the fetch. Yeah, I think that's correct. Less mill. And Dismember. And pass. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to get rid of that Emrakul under lab. Keep it on top. And we'll pass. Yeah, they found a Myco Spawn. I'm in trouble. Two. Green, green. Ice Still. So Myco Spawn, Misty Rain from Yard, Flute and Mill, Misty Fetch, Forest Mill, Sanctum, play Sanctum. One unknown in hand. Play Sanctum Mill, 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. Draw. So we can tuck Lab. Or play Lab, tuck Dust. Cast Ugin. Ugin target Ice Till. Always yield. Ugin 0. Cast Karn. 3 types in yard. Ugin trigger, no targets. Always yield. So Talisman's down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still think I go Karn minus for Crypt. Or for Soul Guide. I guess Soul Guide should be main. Yeah, Soul Guide should be main, so we go for Crypt here. Yes. Trigger targets, no targets. And a combat for 4. Down to 10 again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think there's a situation right now where they can play the Emrakul, so we're fine. We play the Forest. Playing what? Kicked Micah Spawn would suck. Cyrus 7 Deaths is fine. We can deal with that. Yield to all. What do you grab? Yeah, because I think I just minus Karn for Leveler, and we just call it there. Draw. Devourer. We have enough, so I'm going to... Let's first plus Ugin. And we'll plus Ugin, draw a card. Another Ugin. Minus Karn. Yes, for Leveler. So now we cast Leveler. Ugin target. And target Sire. Yield to all, ES. Go to combat. Swing with the TKS. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So again, they don't have enough. So I think this should be the win regardless. Even if they kick the Myco, that won't be enough. But it's good to that. We'll take the win. Solid stuff. We'll be back for match number 5. Alright, we're back for match 5. On the play for game 1. 8 hits off top. Sure, we'll keep it. Alright, opponent is Tinkin. Supposedly they might be on Prowess. We'll have to wait and see though. I guess if they're on Prowess, do I wanna... I'm so tempted now to go Ugin's Lab, imprint Chalice on one, if it is Prowess. But it's like 7 days ago. That's so hard to say with any degree of certainty. But we'll take a quick pause and be back once our opponent exchanges priority. Alright. Opponent begins with opening hand as well. I mean, do I just go for Tron, or do I assume they're on Prowess and go Chalice X1? Chalice X1 breaks everything with the exception of Slickshot Show Off. But it also means that I can't play my maps, which really sucks. I guess we can find out next turn. So let's play map. Let's play map. Oh, wait. I guess if I draw the Tron, we want to go this direction. Next turn, we can go Lab, Mindstone, Chalice, right? red. Okay, it does look like Prowess, so... Oh, that's so good, though. So I think we still go... Do we go Lab, Imprint, Chalice? Or do we just go Sire on 3? I think we just go Sire on 3, right? Because they shouldn't have consigned main deck. And Sire should just be an absolute house. So we'll just play Tower, pass. Alright, let's see what you got, friend. Can you beat a Sire on 3? Bloodstainmire. And I know for a fact they can beat a Sire on 3 is the funny part. Mountain. Attacking. Really? Not playing anything else? That's sus. EI? Slick Shot. That's fine. Alright, I think that should lock up the game then. We'll play a Mine. Draw. Mine. Sire 7 death? Pass? Next turn we can play, pretty much dump our hand, play Chalice on 1. And opponent scoops it up. Yep, that checks out. Alright. Prowess. Win for game 1. And go to sideboard. Let's see here. Soul Guide Lantern, yes. Does Prowess play any moon effects at this point? Let's take a look. Prowess. Doesn't look like it. No. So we can cut our swamp then. Upstairs goes good for emptying their yard, so I like that. Chalice on the draw, not so great. Vexing Bubble's still relevant-ish. I mean, it bricks both Plotted Slick Shot and Lava Darts in yard, so I think that's fine. Soul Guides are good. Cage is okay, only stops Lava Darts. Do we just bring in 2 flutes? 2 flutes seem relevant. Yeah, let's just do that. Alright. Yeah, we keep it. Because if we get to Tron, we then go to Trinisphere on 3. We think they're holding up Consign, we can flute. Honestly, what I'd love to see here is a tower. If we see tower, we're set. Because then we can play flute on 2 and get ahead of Consign. Reveal. Pass. Bobble trigger down to 18. I think I've been talking too much today. I need to do some vocal rest soon. Devourer. Rough. What do we do here then? Fleshraker's appealing. Otherwise, we could go for Temple. I think Fleshraker, yeah. Bobble sees Flesh. I guess we could have also just pitched Flesh. We'll play the Mine regardless and pass. And pass. And so if we draw in a tower, we have tower. Otherwise, we can go Flesh. Probably want to Ugin's Lab, tuck the Devourer, so we can play Karn the following turn. There's also a world where I just hold up Flute, I suppose. Surveil. So it seems like a bit of a slower hand from opponent. If I'm too quiet, let me know. I'm trying to not be so loud so I don't blow out my voice. Surveil, trigger. It is tempting to potentially just hold up Flute instead of the Flesh Rake. Keeps it on top. Okay. Swift Spear. Sure. Takes 2 down to 16. We draw. Power Plant. I mean, right now, their windows are down, so we'll just cast the Flesh. And pass. And pass. Next turn we can play Karn and try and set up for Trinisphere. DRC. Red, dart, target. Then darts back a land target, I'd imagine. Yep. Flash down. So we'll take 6 down to 10. Why shock in the steam vents? I mean, my only assumption is they have probably consign. Surveil. Urge to yard. Yikes. So yeah, they have to have a consign, right? That's my only guess. So I'm gonna say let's cast Flute now. Name consign to memory. Because like, why else are you holding up blue? Flute. If you have a consign, cast it now. Although I'm naming consign to memory. That way we can land Karn next turn. And there's consign and pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've been short. Okay. Bolt me down to 7, 5, 3. Not dead yet. 2. Draw. Bobble ain't cutting it. Neither is Karn. We could bobble, redraw, bobble, redraw. Tower. TKS doesn't cut it. No, it doesn't cut it. I was trying to think for a second because I can TKS then block, but then that's still 2. Yep, we'll concede. Alright, let's move to game 3. We'll cut the gemstone, bring in Chalice, and run it back. Yeah, we need to see tower there. We just did not, unfortunately. On the play for game 2. Or game 3. 4 hits. Yeah, this is only 4 hits off top. I cannot reasonably keep it. I mean, it gets a bit better if you find a soul land, but a bit better is the keyword. We'll mulligan this. Okay, I mean, that's 8 hits off top. We have Bobble, Map, Chalice. I think I pitched the Bobble. Yeah, and then go Chalice on 1 on 2. Play the Mine, play the Map, and pass. And pass. So unless we draw into a Tron land here, we're going to go Chalice on 1. Steam Vents, Shock, down to 18. Play Swift Spear or DRC. DRC. Draw. Chalice on 1 should be pretty brutal for them. And pass. Next turn we can go Karn. Corey Steel Cutter trigger. They can still trigger Cutter, which is relevant. Dart to Yard. Mutagenic Growth triggers Chalice. Surveil. Either a Tron land or a lab would be ideal here. Four cards in hand. DRC to yard. Attack for 3 down to 17. Draw. Lantern. In that case, I will crack the map. Grab a lab. Play a lab. Imprint. Sire. Unfortunately, the Soul Guide is just going to rot in hand for now until this Chalice is off board, if it ever gets off board. Yeah, main downside of Chalice on 1 is that we are now in a little bit of a pickle. We're going to pass in full. Nothing I can really do here. 3 types in yard. They're trying to get 4 for Delirium. There's 4, so that's 6 down to 11 as it stands. Do you have another one? Paying cost for Dart, Swift Spear, triggers. Alright, that's 7 down to 10. Yeesh. Like I said, Karn will definitely shift their focus to me. Sire. Not what I wanted right now. If I can find another temple, then it's decent. KGC. We could shrink DRC with KGC, admittedly. That is a genuine consideration, I think. Minus Karn. Yes. So we could go Tormod's Crypt, shrink the DRC. We also could go Filigree Silex. Get rid of the monks. It would also get rid of the Chalice, though. I don't think that's as good of an option. Trinisphere is a bit late right now at the current board state. They're going to send at least 3 at Karn, so I do think the Tormod's Crypt is relevant. Let's go Crypt. Cast Crypt. And pass. We can shrink the DRC after it's attacked. Right now they are looking at 6. They still have a Dart in yard that they can use too. Oh, I should have crypted on my turn because of the Dart actually. Damn, I made a misplay. Preordain, yep. That was a misplay. Should have crypted on my turn. Because now they can just Dart, sack a land, pump. Violent Urge, yep. I still would have had the monks, but now they have 3, 6, 8. Yeah, they have lethal now. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? Crypt. Dart, trigger. Yeah, I mean, I guess it may have not mattered. Because they still would have had 3, 6, 8, 9. So I would have been at 1 life, but now we're just dead. Yeah, I misplayed. I should have crypted 1 turn earlier. I do wonder if it would have mattered, though. Draw card. The world may never know. If we did draw into a... whatchamacallit? Into a temple, it would have mattered, because then we could have gotten Sire 7 Deaths on board. So in that essence, it definitely did matter. Yep. Because my thought process was I wanted DRC to attack first before we Tormod's Crypt, but we forgot about the... At least I forgot about the Dart in Yard. And for that reason, we ended up losing rather than potentially having a turn left. Unfortunate, because yeah, if we had drawn into the temple, played the Sire, we would have been off to the races. Not to mention they would have sent 3 at Karn, right? So Karn would have probably taken 3 damage. They wouldn't have taken the full 9 at that point in time. So it would have been more than 1. Still not in a good spot, mind you, but in a better spot than anything. Alright. Well, misplay on my part. I missequenced that. But we'll end things there with a 3-2 record at the end of 5. So not bad, all things considered. I definitely like this list. I do think this is worth exploring more. I think I'll probably start comparing and contrasting this list to a Tezzeret list with both TKS and Fleshraker and see how that performs side by side. But with that being said, that there will be the end of tonight's YouTube video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback, be much appreciated. For as much that I hope you all learn from me and both my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached a point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel. However, if you do want to watch these videos recorded live, you can find me on Twitch Monday through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Friday through Sundays at 8 p.m. CST for the weekend challenges. Or you can head over to my Patreon where you can watch these videos ad-free and early. With that being said, though, folks, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!